Morning, guys. This is me coming from my car because I have school this weekend and I didn't get a chance to do our video yesterday because I had a sick kid that I was taking care of. This has been a really long week for me with being ill. But I still wanted to do our video, and so this week's topic is actually going to be on those treat meals that we talked about. And when you do deviate from your healthy lifestyle and make a choice to have maybe something that isn't part of that healthy lifestyle, then I just wanted to talk about that, because what happens for me, and I don't know if it's the same for you, but a lot of times there's an emotional attachment to food that females have that males don't have. And I know there's some males in this group, so kudos to you. You don't have this issue maybe, but so there's an emotional attachment, and so that's why stress eating and emotional eating is usually something that women have to tackle versus men. Not saying that all men are the same, and sometimes this is the case for you guys as well. So why I'm talking about that is when you deviate from your healthy eating, then sometimes that spirals. So one deviation or one treat may end up into days of deviation, and then all of a sudden you're right back into that habit of unhealthy eating and you're not making the progress that you want to make. So today I wanted to talk about that. So when you are choosing to have a treat meal, make sure that it is very mindful, like even planned out, that hey, Friday nights we always do this, and so we're gonna do that. But the difference is those little containers that came with your programming, if you got a Beachbody program. But even if you didn't, you should be measuring your food. And so if you have the containers, it automatically measures your food for you, because it tells you how much greens you should have, and fruits and carbs and things like that. If you don't have those containers, then you should be measuring your food, and you should know where your calorie bracket is, and approximately like how many veggies and fruits and proteins and carbs that you have every day. And nowadays you can really go online and look at, like, you can plug in your age and your weight and how active you are and find out how much of those things you should be having. And later I'm going to do a video on like a calorie is not a calorie, and I'll explain that, but that's later. Ooh, stay tuned. So when you do deviate, make sure that you're still measuring and you're still counting those things. So if I have pizza on Friday night, I'm still measuring and I'm still counting that. And so for 21 Day Fixers, those that are using that program, or Core de Force, you can still have pizza. It counts as containers actually. So like one piece is, I think, a yellow, and depending on what you get on it, it might be like a yellow and a green, or a yellow and a red, or two yellows and a red. You get the point. So just because you're deviating doesn't mean that you should get away from moderation. And so even when you're having those treat meals, make sure that you're counting those as containers, or you're counting those towards your daily intake. And then have a plan after that to have a glass of water, do a short workout either the next day or that night, just to get yourself back into those healthy habits at the same time. Because a small deviation can sometimes lead to more and more and more. We've all been there. So I hope that's helpful. I guess the main takeaway is that it's a healthy lifestyle. So when you're doing it, just know that you're drinking extra water, you're getting an extra workout in, you're measuring, so you're not having a whole plate full of chicken Alfredo. You're still having maybe a yellow container full of chicken Alfredo with a salad. So you can still have those treats. It's just about moderation. And remember that vocabulary. So these aren't cheat meals. You're not doing anything wrong. It's part of life. It's everywhere around us. There's things that we enjoy with food. It's just about moderation. So I hope everybody's having a good week, and I will check in again. And so the next topic is going to be a calorie is not a calorie. And so we'll be kind of talking about why we have to eat certain foods, and a number of certain foods each day, and how our body metabolizes those. So again, have a good weekend. I hope you guys are still seeing success. We have a couple weeks left together, and I hope that you guys join our next challenge, because this has been really cool for me to hop on and see everybody's participation in the app. It's been really cool. So all right, have a good weekend, guys. Bye.